Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm King Dino and this is Twyla and we're here to give you 10 easy camping cooking tips. If you're new to our channel, my partner Adam, myself and Twyla have been traveling part-time around different parts of Australia for the last 2 years. Now, even if you're new to camping or you're a seasonal camper, in these 10 tips will be something for you. Now let's get straight into these simple camp cooking tips. Number one is planning. Now, right across Vanlife, everything comes down to planning, where you put stuff away, how you store it, because space is limited. But when it comes to meals, you need to plan also to make life simple at the other end. You don't want to go camping and not be sure what you're cooking. So that's why I've created a list, and this works for me, where I have a column where it says what meal I'm having, say on the Friday, if we were going Friday and Saturday. So what meal we're having Friday night, then it would list the ingredients, and then the same for lunch, then the ingredients, then dinner, then the ingredients, then Saturday's breakfast and the ingredients. Then across on the other side, I have my shopping list. So everything that I need to buy for the experience and what I'm cooking. And then I have a at-home list. So stuff that I've already got in my cupboards that I don't need to go buy at the shops. Then I have tools. Now, tools to me are things like if you decide that you're making jaffles over the fire, for instance, and you don't store your jaffle iron in your van, well then you'll put it on that list so you know to pack it so you can make your jaffles. And then I have a don't forget list, because we always make sure we take our phone chargers, we take our wallets and different things like that you just want to make sure you definitely got when you pack in your van. So it just helps with that also. So that is my number one, is always planning out your meals with a proper list. It'll make your head so much clearer and it'll make your camping experience so much better. Number two is prepping. So prepping whatever you can that you will be using in those first few days, like peeling your carrots, cutting up your carrots, potatoes, any sort of veggies, meat. Get them out of that big packaging, put them into something smaller, a smaller container. If you're taking things like, say, for instance, flour away with you, get it into a smaller container. Find out how much you actually need from your recipe. Always take a little bit more, but put it into a smaller container. Rather than taking a big thing of flour, you could be taking a smaller amount, which will save room in your van or in your car. Number three, a space in your fridge. So once you've got all your pieces together, clear 1 or 2 shelves in your fridge and start collecting everything that's refrigerated on those shelves. So you're organized, you know it's there. You can check it off your list. So grab your list, check off that you've got all your ingredients, and do the same for your pantry goods. Grab yourself a box, pop everything you need in there, and then check off the list. It'll make your anxiety levels so much better because you'll know that you've got everything organized. If you start taking stuff out to your van and throwing into your van, you won't know what you've got. So keep track by simply clearing a space in your fridge and having a box for your dry goods. And the best part is, once you've packed all your dry goods, you can take that box and take it straight out to your van and pack your van. Or if you're going camping, you take that box away with you. And then with the refrigerated goods, once that box is empty, you'd go back into your house, fill up all the refrigerated goods into that same box and take it out to the van. That's only 2 trips to your van rather than 100. Number 4 is keep your meals simple. One way to do that is to use your stovetop or your gas burner or a barbecue and just do one pot meals. Keep it really basic. For breakfast, for instance, you could do scrambled eggs. I love doing quesadillas, so that's just a piece of tortilla with some salami and cheese in it. You fold it up, and your meal's done, barely any dishes. Another fantastic idea, if you've got kids, is 2-minute noodles. They are a great way to feed a whole heap of people really quick. You can add veggies to them, you can add meat to them, and they just make a nice, quick, easy meal. So if you can keep your meals simple, it's going to make your life more relaxing when you're on the road, or you just want to kick back and you don't want to be cooking these big fancy meals. If you are going to cook a big fancy meal, just do one. Don't do many multiples, for breakfast, lunch and dinner. You'll find that your whole time will be taking up just prepping and cooking these meals, and you won't enjoy yourself. Trust me, I know. So, number 4, keep it simple. Now, number 5 isn't for everybody, because not everybody takes an esky away with them. We don't, because we have our fridge that is a front-loading fridge. We pop anything anywhere and we can pull it out. We can see everything. It's pretty basic. But if you're taking an esky, especially if you've got a large family and you're going camping, you don't want to be pulling everything out of your esky every time you need something. So grab your list and work out with whatever you're cooking on the last day of camping, if that's how many days of food you got, have that at the bottom and then work your way up, stacking it up to the most recent meal you're going to be having. And that way you won't, like I said, it's organized. You open up the lid, you pull everything out that you need, but you're not pulling every single item out, which will just save you time and frustration. Okay, so again, being organized really helps. Now, number 6, Twyla, is pretty much getting yourself organized to cook. That means getting all the things that you need when it comes to the food, all your tools that you'll need to be able to cook that, whatever it is you're cooking, and having a nice, clean, clear space on a bench or on a table, and get everything on there before you start. There's nothing worse than starting something and you're halfway through, your hands are sticky, and you got to run back inside to grab something. It's just chaotic, and it will make your life so much easier just being organized. Again, there's that word, organized. So yeah, have a clear space, get all your stuff out, be prepared, and then start your cooking. Number 7. Campfire cooking. Well, you're going to need a fire, and you need that fire to be burning for at least probably 2 hours before you start cooking. So make sure you remember that, or you'll be eating very late at night. Now, what I normally do if I'm going away on a Friday night and I'm coming up late to wherever I'm going, I normally will cook on my stovetop that first night, and then on the second night, that's when I'll do my campfire cooking. Rather than have to stay up to 12 o'clock at night for those coals to be ready to cook on, I can get my stovetop out and I can do a meal in the pan, for instance. But yeah, if you're going to do campfire cooking, make sure you have plenty of time for that fire to get through that wood and get you some really nice coals. Number 8 is very similar to the last one, where it's all about timing. Not so much about the fire this time, but more so about just your cooking time. So if you roughly know how long your meals take to cook, you can work out when you can start cooking them. I find that sometimes in the mornings when I go camping, I'll make myself a coffee, we sit back, we have a chat, we look at our watches, it's 11 o'clock. And then you've got food in your esky that you're meant to cook for breakfast, but then you're starting to think, well, I may as well start cooking lunch. So a suggestion is to write down how long it's going to take to cook, keep your eye on the time, and have it set out on like a roster so you know when you're cooking and what time you're cooking. Or if you want to skip a meal and you don't want to cook, well, that's up to you. That's your personal preference. Number 9. Sharing is caring, and it's so true. If you're going away with a big group of people, one way you can make it easier on yourself and you get the night off is by divvying out the different nights' dinners. Get another family to make one night's dinner, you make one night's dinner, and then you get to sit back and relax and have someone cook for you one of the nights you're away for camping. Just recently, we went away for my brother's 40th birthday, and they got everyone to bring a plate. Yep, we all bring a dish, and at 6 o'clock those dishes were on the table, and it was amazing. We didn't even have to go too much effort. We just made the one dish, and it fed an army of people. It was fantastic. We had the best night, and no one was stressing about cooking 100 different meals for all these people. We just all chipped in. So definitely number 9 is caring is sharing. So we've made it to number 10. Now, unfortunately, with every good meal, there is dishes. Yes, that dreaded time when we've got to clean up after ourselves. Or some people are lucky to get people to clean up for them. Adam? No, we all got to chip in and clean dishes. Now, really think about what you are cooking, depending on how much water and things you do have. Sometimes they will have running water at a campsite, obviously, or at a free camp spot. Sometimes they will have tank water that you could do dishes in. So you've got that water there. But if you're traveling in your van, for instance, or you're tenting it and you've just got a small amount of water, you got to start thinking smart on different ways you can wash your dishes with not much water. One way is to use the 2 buckets. So you have one bucket with the soapy water in it, just a little bit, and one with a little bit of water in it that you can rinse the dishes in, and then you're only using the smallest amount of water. We've had a friend that what she does to get the dishes almost clean before she starts, and we do a very similar thing. She has a spray bottle with some soap liquid in there that she sprays the dishes, wipes it down with paper towel, and then she can throw that paper towel into the fire. That'll burn, that'll go, and then she washes the dishes with not much effort, and she doesn't need much water at all. So there's many different ways. We will do a video on washing dishes soon. It sounds really funny, but there are just so many different ways you can do it, and you end up with the same result, but using not much water. So definitely think about those things. You know, don't be cooking big messy things when you're camping if you got no water, because yeah, it'll be a nightmare. I like to take my camp ovens home with me and clean them at home. Unless it was daylight, we're cooking during the day, then I don't mind, but I don't like cleaning my camp ovens in the dark. I prefer to bring them home and clean them, but that's my preference. Now guys, I would love to hear all your camp cooking tips. I know I've got some experts out there that watch every single week that will have an opinion, so pop them down below. I can't wait to check them out. I love reading all your comments, and Adam does too, and Twyla sometimes gives a woof to people. So definitely get down there and comment. Thank you so much for watching this midweek episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any other ideas or videos that you would like us to do on our Wednesday midweek episode, let us know also. And if you're new to our channel, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And make sure while you're here, you like and subscribe and tell your friends about us. And until this Sunday at 5 p.m, we'll see you then. See you guys.